Hey everybody, I want to talk to you today about when the movies make more sense than the Bible. Now, I appreciate that that's a very provocative title, but I make no apologies whatsoever for using it. Watching my favourite quiz show, The Chase, on TV, I am acutely aware that the great majority of people have absolutely zero understanding of the Bible and zero knowledge of the stories within the Bible. So for many people, the movies actually make more sense than the Bible. So hopefully today, pulling from that scenario, I can drop some truth into your life and into your heart that will make your day better and maybe even change you for good. So whether it's Braveheart and its life-changing statement that all men die but not all men truly live, or whether it's my favourite, the kilt-lifting scene, which is inspiring us as to what is the appropriate response to the tyranny of anyone and anything that seeks to enslave us, or whether it's Lion King, look harder Simba, you are more than what you have become, or whether it's Field of Dreams, if you build it, he will come. Or what about Toto? I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Maybe that's appropriate for the current shutdown from the Wizard of Oz. Or how about From a Few Good Men, which I think is also very applicable to the challenges we're facing at this time. You can't handle the truth. Or maybe a little bit more on the edgy side of it. Maybe it's something you would like from When Harry Met Sally. I'll have what she's having. Remember that scene? Or what about one of my favourites, The Life of Brian? He's not the Messiah. He's just a very naughty boy. I think there's some of that going on as well at the moment. Or maybe Smallfoot. If you haven't seen Smallfoot, particularly if you're an evangelical Christian, you should watch it. It absolutely epitomizes the whole journey of that process. Smallfoot, go watch it. But in Smallfoot, the dad thinks that him ringing a gong at a certain time every morning is what wakes up the sky snail, the sun, to cross the sky. He does this by being fired out of a giant catapult with the ancient gong ringer's helmet on his head. There's all these traditions. Then one day he's up late and can't work the firing mechanism, and he misses the gong, and the gong is not rung, and he is absolutely distraught. But then he notices that the sun still rises, the sky snail still begins its journey across the sky. And the break in his routine and the subsequent continuation of that for which he thought he was essential, think about this, some of you, it causes a deep crisis of character. And he says, but if I don't ring the gong, then I'm not the gong ringer. And if I'm not the gong ringer, then who am I? This incredible sense of a loss of identity all going on. Or how about Forrest Gump? My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Or maybe more suitable for some of you from Forrest Gump, stupid is what stupid does. Or maybe for some it's the tragic words from Forrest Gump when he stops running after 3 years and 2 months and 14 days and 16 hours. I'm pretty tired. I think I'll go home now. That's a pretty poignant movie line for some people at the moment, and rather sad. But hopefully it can be something more directly inspiring, like from the Dead Poets Society, Carpe Diem. Remember when he takes the boys and has them look into the old picture of those who have long gone, and begins to whisper, can you hear him speaking? Carpe Diem. Seize the day, boys. Make your life extraordinary. Now, let me bring this through to a summary of the modern classic Moana, bringing it up to date. It may be about self-discovery and finding your way and the power of persistence and faith, but the real message is how trauma and tragedy and fear and normality can keep you trapped on an island, unafraid to go beyond the reef, which is where you must go. It's where your true identity lies. So Moana turns preacher. Her point being, We're all guilty of getting stuck on an island. In that state, wider thinking simply fills us with fear, because now our island has become our world and everything beyond is a threat to our security, even though our secure space is fragile to the touch. Point being, I must go beyond the reef. Jesus said, John 8:32, "Then you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free." I know the truth is found in the person of Christ, but the Christ is more than just a person. The Christ is the raw material from which and by which all things exist. I believe the Christ is in these life-changing words that I've shared with you today. So, in the words of Star Wars, may the Force be with you. And finally, in the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator, I promise you, I'll be back.